Alright, what's up YouTube? It is I, the Alphonso's Team Grey. It's a rush deck profile because this thing should have been done like 2 weeks ago, but we didn't because we didn't have the time for it. It's not this, but she's pretty. It's Musketeers because we like Musketeers. Me and John love Musketeers. It's our baby. It's our other baby. It's the one we like to talk about, not deleters. So yeah, our starter is the non-GB one from Try 3 because it's another card that lets us combo off. Counterblast 1, shove her into soul, check top 4 from Musketeer, call it, and then if you have a dupe of it on board, the called unit gets +3. It's also a special counterblast, whatever. It's more for early game tutoring and just overall really nice things. I see the value in the GB starter only because it lets you have more multi-attacks, but aside from that, both are very good options. Grade 3s. Play Rosita because striding is nice. When you stride into a Musketeer, you get to check top 4 and call one. It's so good. It's so good. And then continuous GB1. You can counterbust 1, choose 2 normal units from your drop zone, put them to the bottom of the deck, and stride into a Musketeer for free-ish. I don't know, yeah, there's a skill. It's like Lured, but like with a bit more cost. Really what the deck needed, definitely. As our backup grade 3, we play 2 Miaritas. If anything, you like when you ride into this, it's nice because of the GB1, you get to return 2 normals. And you'll see like some of the normals that will return and will return later. Miana's Stride's alright. You counterblast 1, sack 2. Is it sack 2? I don't know, because I blocked her out of her mind. No, it's sack 1. Check top 4, pick 2 to call, and 2 go to drop zone. So that's why like we'd rather ride Rosita than Miarita. Grade 2s, because these are most important. Play 4 Tessa. Why? Because she stacks super hard on Vanguard and rear. Whenever you call Musketeer, if you have 3 other Musketeers rear guards, or just no units, just units, she gets +2. And then if you have a unit face up in the G zone, that unit call gets +4. So she's used to basically just stack up and just literally punch your opponent's face in. And then next up, play 4 Favia. GB1, when your other Musketeer is placed on rearguard circle, choose another unit. That unit and her get +6 and resist, which literally says screw you, Denial Griffin, screw you, every killing card ever. It's really great. It helps protect your Tessa, so you can just have Tessa swing for like huge numbers and make them count. Now time for grade 2s that do something. Sylvia. Play 3 Sylvia. On place Vanguard, rear, reveal the top card, and call for a Musketeer. Not much to say. And then we play 2 Kaivant because other grade 2s are nice that actually the more interaction that you can have with your rear, that you can cause with your rear guards, the better, because then like that'll let Tessa stack even higher. So it's counterblast 1 when placed on Vanguard rear, sack a dude, check top 4, call a dude. Me and John differ on this, but it's like he prefers to play.
Guys, I mean, please, like Sylvia out of 4, like it just makes sense. It is a rush variant deck. But again, this is our deck profile. It's something that we have differences towards. So yes, we would like
we reached a middle ground. This whatever. So no, but yeah, any your last 5 slots that you're gonna be used for like any number of Sylvias and Kaivants exclusively, because that way you can get like the most value out of it. Grade 1s, 4 of the new Kiara, Perfect Guard because Antonio does nothing while she binds herself from the drop zone, and I choose any card. Normal unit, trigger unit, doesn't matter. I put it on the bottom of my deck and I give a unit +2. It's really good, helps with recycling, very needed on flipping crits. Play 4 of the Musketeer pitch for Stride Daphne because it's great. Yeah, no, if you have a Musketeer Vanguard, you get to pitch for stride into whatever, and then when you pitch her for a Musketeer, you count +1, check top 4, call dude. Really nice if you actually don't have a field and have a lot of counterblast to expend. Need a field, and you don't hit a Sylvia. Play 3 of Sam's Woman, aka Ruth, because 10k attackers are nice in the deck. You see them early game, and you can just punch your opponent's face in with them. Then we play 2 of Kai Von's Grade 2, Grade 1 version, Rebecca. Same thing, count +1, Vanna Rear, sack a dude, check top 4, call a dude. The more, like I said, the more, so that means we have two units that do things that can call and proc units in the main deck, as well as Sylvia, so that's 3. And then additionally, with Daphne, 4, and including our star, 5, at this point, 5 units that can proc and cause interaction and chain through your deck as quickly as possible. Because the end game of this entire deck is to be able to go and buff stuff up as high as possible. Yeah. That. And then rounding off grade 1s, we play 1 Susanna. Soul Blast 2 on place, on flip 2. Mostly because I like having a 5th card to rely on to countercharge, as opposed to only the Allen triggers, because you do run counterblast in this deck if you're not careful, and you have to have it end your turns with at least 1 counterblast face up, unless you kill your opponent that turn, unless you're sure you're gonna kill your opponent that turn. You do have to be careful though, because this deck does rely heavy on soul, only because there's not a lot of cards that soul charge in the deck outside of your starter, and then what you have with fur rides. And then triggers, play 4 Allen, because again, odd call via Musketeer effect. On flip 2, it's literally your countercharge engine besides Susanna, so you have 5 chances to hit a countercharge. And we play for Rachel, because Rachel is that good. She is a GB1, drop zone, rear guard, or guardian circle, a normal unit. So you can return her with Rosia's skill or Miaria's skill, anything that requires a normal unit, you can target it. It's great. Sad face, I'm no longer in the deck, so because we're still playing for Ernest, because again, 6 cards to cause interaction within your deck that are rear guards, not including your Vanguard, because you have to stride into that. Like I said, it's a returning trigger. Like, combo +1, put them on the bottom of the deck, check top 4, call a dude. It helps, again, the whole thing is you pump up Tessa, and then you have Favia on board. You give them both power. You just literally make Tessa as big as you absolutely can. And then we play 4 of the new Musketeer clan heal, because we like countercharging and soul charging. In both cases, you just have to play it safe. More often than not, I would probably find myself soul charging if I need it. Otherwise, whatever. G-Zone. 4 Virgin Cecilia, because literally she's the new hotness. Count +1, Persona Flip. You choose any number of your Musketeer rear guards, sack them, and then afterwards you check top 7, call units equal to the amount that you sacked, and then they get +3 for each face-up copy, each face-up Musketeer in the G-Zone. So it's really good. My only problem with her is she does not target circles. We still lose to Link Joker, and it kind of bugs me. But whatever, that's fine. And then next up we play 4 Myra SP, because they were cheap. But technically you only play, you only need 2, because Myra is GB2, Soul Blast 1, flip a Musketeer. So if you have the old Cecilia stride, you can use that as fodder. She gets red text when your Musketeer is placed on rearguard circle, that unit placed gets +2 times the amount of Musketeer rearguards you have. So if you have 4 rearguards and you place a 5th, that placed unit gets +10. So generally, because you low on Soul Blast and you like play Susanna and you just play her, because of the Musketeer G Guardian, you do run out of soul a lot. However, the whole point of it is to like this deck is to try and like kill your opponent as fast as possible. Like they should be at like 4 or 5 damage already if you went into her turn 1, or even G guarded and went to her turn 2 if you already had most of a board set up by then, or via Rosia's on-start skill. Next up, I personally play 2 Verano, mostly because she helps me recycle Allens that I have in hand and in drop, and I don't have a PG to recycle it with, so I'm just gonna read her skill real quick because I just got my second one today. Soul Blast 1, flip anything. You choose a card from your hand and drop zone, return them to your deck. When you put her on Vanguard, you pay that cost. You choose 2 cards from your hand, call them to separate rears, choose the same number of rear guards as the number of face-up cards named her, and you search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as each of those units and call them separate rears. Shuffle your deck and the units called get boost. Wow, that's actually pretty wild. So, no, yeah. Hell, I can even just run one of her. That's actually wild. John, I can't read, you know this. But, yeah, no. If anything, you could just play one of her just for the recycle Allen. 2 if you want to combo off. Speaking of the other 2 of, Ahsha. Dreaming Spring Rhinoculus, if you for whatever reason don't have Counterblast or whatever, I mean, you get free calls off of it. So you Persona Flip her, she gets red text. You target rear guard if you have 2 or more rear guards with that same name. The front row gets +5, and then after you get the red text skill, if you have 2 face up in G zone, target a unit, call copy, and the called unit gets +2k. Now that's it for G units. Definitely a suggestion would be these 4 units, they can be whatever you want. Technically 6. You have 6 slots in your G zone to be flexible with. Like this, just like Deleters, has one of the most flexible G zones in the game. So like you can run stuff like a Zoa, you can run the GB8, you can run like, I don't know, whatever the hell you want. Just Primavera. You can run whatever you want. It's like you have these 6 spots to work with.
Personally, I'd recommend a Zoa in the new G rare, but that's just me.
What's the oh.
Dymax.
Oh yeah. Does it Persona Flip? Okay, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I need to read more cards, guys. Trust me, I'll read more cards by the time this goes up. I swear. Going on, we only play 4 G Guardians because, again, because most stuff we like to play 3 Rain Breath, because Rain Breath allows you to get +5k when you call a dude and give that called unit resist. But the main point is you're calling cards on your opponent's turn, and that let you combo off and just go banana sandwich ham.
Just imagine, guys, okay? This on a Ziegenberg.
They cry, especially if I hit a Sylvia. How many cards are you gonna ditch? 3 at least? Ooh, spicy. And then we round off with 1 on Tarot because, hey, I Soul Blast 1, I get +5, and then if I have 1 or 4 more rear guards, +15. Big shield. Nah, but yeah, that's it. Wow, that was really abrupt. No, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been my and John's baby since set 8, and Antonio's, and Alphonsus's, even though I have to beat it into him, like, really hard about being, you know,
if you have any questions
not
about
garbage.
the Musketeer deck profile, please let us know in the comments below, guys. We always do appreciate it. Guys, if you have any suggestions for your builds, how you're running your Musketeer builds, also let us know. We are
Yeah,
More than happy to listen to it. We always like feedback when it comes to optimizing this build, in all honesty.
Yeah, there's never a bad way to run the deck. Like, I met a guy who came to our locals like the other day, and he was playing just straight 12 crit and just relying on mostly like all of his Vanguard skills in order to just proc out. He was playing like he was still playing 12k attacker. I'm blanking on his Augustos. He's like, there was very little interaction with his deck. Like, he wasn't running any Lily of the Valleys. He wasn't running like really like
Straight up beatdown.
it was mostly beatdown, and it's like that's perfectly fine. Like you do you be like you can build muskets how you, because like muskets are a fairly adaptable deck to like whatever you can do, whatever you want to do, except beat League Choker. You have to hope your opponent's not playing Chaos.
All right, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Hashtag Alphonse's
Waifus are traps.
Okay.
Alstafo is the best musketeer. Not really. No,
All right.
Cecilia is.
Thank you guys for watching. See you later.
Bye.